So the scan has completed, and it found the Metasploitable2 box. Here's the IP address right here. And even though we did the most basic of scans, not only did it find the IP address, it also found all of these services. And we can proceed to have a little bit of fun with this box and hack it.
Welcome to Fresh Forensics, your go-to destination for everything Linux.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing Metasploitable2 inside of VirtualBox. We're doing this so that we have a vulnerable target that we can use in combination with our Kali Linux virtual machine that we have up and running. If you need to get any of these things going that we have not discussed in this video, such as getting Kali Linux up and running inside of VirtualBox, I have previous videos that I have done on that. Go back and reference those videos. So Metasploitable2. Metasploitable2 is a test environment. It provides a secure place in order to perform penetration testing and security research. I'm going to open up a window here in my Firefox browser. I'm just going to type in Metasploitable2. First thing that comes up is a documentation page by Rapid7, because Rapid7 is the organization that created Metasploit as well as Metasploitable2. So you can see right here from the text on the screen, I'm reading this verbatim. This is a test environment that provides a secure place to perform penetration testing and security research. For your test environment, you need a Metasploit instance that can access a vulnerable target. The following sections describe the requirements and instructions for setting up a vulnerable target. You can download and set up Metasploitable2. The easiest way to get a target machine is to use Metasploitable2, which is an intentionally vulnerable Ubuntu Linux virtual machine that is designed for testing common vulnerabilities. This virtual machine is compatible with VMware, VirtualBox, and other common virtualization platforms. We are going to be using this with VirtualBox. They have some links right here on the page, and I'm going to click on this second one. This is going to take us to SourceForge, and from this page you can simply click the green download button, and that will begin the process of downloading Metasploitable2. It does tell you never expose this VM to an untrusted network. You should be using NAT or host only mode, and we will cover that when we get into that part of the video. Now, I've already downloaded this to make this quicker, so I'm not going to click the green button, but once you have finished with the download, you can meet me back here at this point in the video. Alright, so inside of my downloads directory, I'm going to have a file. It's going to be a zipped file. It's called Metasploitable, followed by something at the end. So I'll run ls-lh, and there it is. So it's called Metasploitable Linux 2.0.0.zip. This is obviously a zip file. It's 826 megabytes in size. First thing that we need to do is unzip this. I'm going to do that from the command line by simply running the unzip command. Once that has finished, you should have a directory that is now called Metasploitable2-Linux, and that's with a capital M. And that's what the inside of that directory looks like. The file that we're going to be interested in ends in .vmdk. Alright, now I'm not covering this in this video, but I have covered this in other videos as far as getting Kali Linux up and running inside of VirtualBox. If you need to do that, go back and reference that video. I'm going to open up the VirtualBox manager. You can see that I already have an instance of Kali Linux right here, but I haven't powered it on yet. Now what we have to do is we have to get Metasploitable2 up and running inside of VirtualBox, and if you've never done it this way, this can be a little bit tricky. This is different than the way you would normally get a virtual machine up and running. So inside of the VirtualBox manager, I'm going to click on New. We're going to give the vulnerable virtual machine a name. I'm going to call it Metasploitable2. A lot of images that you install and get up and running inside of VirtualBox, they are ISO images. So you might click on this drop down and you would go find that image, but that's not what type of image this is. It does not work that way. So we're going to skip this section for ISO image. For type, obviously this is going to be Linux, and we're going to click next. Now, this is a very small virtual machine. It doesn't consume a lot of resources. I'm going to leave it just as is with only one CPU and 248 megabytes and click next. Now the default is to create a virtual hard disk. We do not want that to happen. We're going to click on use an existing virtual hard disk file. Then I'm going to come over here all the way up to the right and choose a virtual hard disk file by clicking on this what looks like a file manager icon. That pulls this window up. I need to now find this VMDK file from that file manager window. So I'm going to click on add, go to downloads, and go inside of that Metasploitable2 Linux file, and here it is right here, the file that ends in .vmdk, and click open. Now you can see it has populated inside of the hard disk selector window, and I'm going to click choose. We're going to click next and finish. And that's pretty much it. That's the main thing that you have to do to get Metasploitable2 ready to run inside of VirtualBox. Almost. There's something else that's very important that we need to cover, but I'm going to show you that here in a moment. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start up Metasploitable2. I'm going to come up here and click start, and it has started up. We are at the login prompt. Now I'm going to come over here and start up my Kali Linux VirtualBox image. Okay, so we have Metasploitable2 running in one virtual machine, and then we have our Kali Linux box running in another virtual machine. So from this point, you would obviously make the assumption that you could perhaps now do a scan with Nmap, for example, and you should be able to find the box. But I'm going to show you what happens when you try to do that. I'm going to make this terminal emulator screen a little bit bigger. I'm going to run ifconfig, get back some information on our IP address. So you can see that the IP address assigned to this VirtualBox machine is 10.0.2.15. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the most basic Nmap scan that there is. I'm just going to run Nmap on that IP address. Let me grab that IP address first to make sure I don't forget what it is. Now I'm going to run Nmap on the subnet. So I'm going to put in a / followed by a 24 at the end, and what this should do is this should scan the entire subnet and hopefully find the IP address to the Metasploitable2 box. Now what we get back is some information on various things, but none of it has anything to do with Metasploitable2. It actually has to do with virtual NICs. So once again, if I run ifconfig, we can see that the IP address ends in .15. Now I'm going to come over here to the Metasploitable2 box, and I'm actually going to log into it because we have been given the default username and password. Now you might say that this is cheating because the purpose is to compromise the box, but there's a specific reason why I'm showing you this. So the login is going to be msfadmin for the login, for the username, and likewise the password is also msfadmin. Alright, so now that I'm logged in, I'm going to run ifconfig. Now look at what has happened here. This might be hard for you to see, it's a little small, but the IP address for the Metasploitable2 box is the identical IP address for the Kali Linux virtual machine. They are both 10.0.2.15. That's a big problem. It's a very big problem. So we need to fix this. Now I'm going to show you how you can fix this if you are running into this same issue. So I'm going to power off both machines. Because the changes that we are about to make, you need to have the machines powered down to make them. I'm going to go back into the VirtualBox Manager. What we want to do is go into Settings, go into Network, and we need to change the network adapter from NAT to host only. Now when I do this, you see it says not selected underneath the name. We don't actually have anything set up yet for this. So I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to come up here to Tools. Now you see we have NAT networks and we have host only networks. We want to create a virtual network interface inside of host only networks that we can then use inside both the VirtualBox machines. So I'm going to click on Create. It'll automatically create one for me. It's called VBoxNet0, and we have an IP address that has been assigned. That is what you need to do. Now that that has been done, I can go back over here to my Kali Linux virtual machine, click on Settings. I'm going to go down to Network, and I'm going to change it from NAT to host only adapter. And now you can see that for the name section, it has been populated with the name of VBoxNet0. That is what you need to have happen. I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to do the same thing for Metasploitable2. Come up here to Settings, go down to Network, change it from NAT to host only, and once again it's that same name, that virtual interface name of VBoxNet0. Click OK. Now we're going to start both the machines back up again. Metasploitable2 is starting up. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to start up Kali Linux. Okay, now one more thing that you're probably going to want to also do that I did not mention. The first time that I did this, this worked fine. The second time that I attempted to do this while recording, I still ran into a small issue, and that is related to DHCP. So back over here in the Tools section for host only networks, go ahead and enable your DHCP server. You can do that by coming down here to the bottom, clicking on DHCP server, and then enabling it by doing the check mark right there, and then come down here and click apply. Make sure that you do that as well. Once you have done that, you've started these machines back up. You see over here on my Kali Linux machine, if I run ifconfig, we now have a dedicated IP address for this machine. It ends in 102. Over here on my Metasploitable box, if I run ifconfig, we have a dedicated IP address. It ends in 3. Both IP addresses are on the same subnet, so they can communicate with one another. So this is all very important. You're not going to be able to benefit from any of this if you can't even access the machine over the network. So now that we have done all of that, I'm going to run a scan using Nmap. I'm going to run the most basic scan. I'm not adding any flags, no options. I'm just going to run Nmap and grab the IP address from my box, paste that in. Now if we look over here at the net mask, we see that it is 255.255.255.0. So based off that information, we know that we can do a /24, and this will scan the entire subnet, and it should find the IP address for the Metasploitable2 box. And there we go. So the scan has completed, and it found the Metasploitable2 box. Here's the IP address right here. And even though we did the most basic of scans, not only did it find the IP address, it also found all of these services, because we are dealing with an intentionally vulnerable virtual machine, and this is a very, very, very vulnerable virtual machine that has a lot of stuff running on it. So these are all of or most of the services that are running on it. Things that we are going to look at more closely as we get further into videos. So there you have it. Very important. This is what you need to do to get Metasploitable2 up and running properly, and also have it networked with your Kali VM inside a VirtualBox, same subnet. Now we can communicate with it, and we can proceed to have a little bit of fun with this box and hack it. We're gonna hack this box. We're gonna hack the hell out of this box, actually. We'll pick up in the next video where we left off. Let me know in the comments what you think about my new addition. I've added a little screen down here in the lower right corner so that you guys can actually see me now when I'm speaking. I'm in my YouTube studio. I'm in my dedicated YouTube studio. I have my Kali Linux painting on the back wall there, which I actually painted myself. I do sell those, believe it or not. So let me know what you guys think of the new addition with the box in the right where you can actually see me, and maybe I'll make it like a part of my new thing now, you know, show my Kali Linux tattoo or something. I don't know, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Linux, cybersecurity, and hacking content. And as always, keep learning
and stay fresh.
I'll see you in the next video. Fresh forensics is a way of life, you heard me? Check out the GitHub repo, baby. github.com/DouglasFreshHabian.
Fresh forensics, baby.